Indian team is always going to be a serious contender for the World Cup because easily we have one of the best teams around in the world. I think if we remain injury free and if our spin bowling is able to take wickets in the middle overs, we have an excellent chance. Because recently our weakness has been that in the middle overs, when the innings is being built, we have not been able to take regular wickets or wickets at regular intervals, which also stops the other team from piling a bigger total. So I think it largely depends on the spinners, in my view, how they bowl. Wicket taking. I don't mean to say that you bowl 10 overs for 50 runs and odd wicket. I want somebody to bowl 10 overs for 50 runs for 4 wickets. So that's what is going to advance our claim in the World Cup.
So India is talking about the spinners. The three spinners are there, Ravindra, Akshar, and of course the Kuldeep Yadav. Uh, whom should you prepare compared to the all matches? Because we cannot play with three spinners. Maybe a couple of two spinners will play.
So you said is Ravindra, Jadeja, Akshar Patel,
And Kuldeep Yadav.
and Kuldeep Yadav. There is no Ashwin in the World Cup, right? Okay. So fair enough. I will miss Ashwin because he's a wicket-taking bowler, and of course Akshar and Ravindra are established all-rounders. Of course, Jadeja is a very well-established all-rounder, but I feel his wicket-taking ability has diminished in the last few years. I always thought he was a bowling all-rounder, a bowler who batted very well, but that has gone backward at the moment in my view. So it depends on the pitches then. If the pitches are slightly favourable, Ravindra will come into his own. An advantage.
What about Rohit's captaincy?
Rohit is a captain growing in stature, and he has taken the team to great height, and we have been to the few finals. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to play as well in the finals as we would have hoped to. But I think he is the best person at the moment to lead India.
As you said that India is one of the top contenders, but who are the other 2 or 3 teams which is equally good or can take World Cup?
Very easily you can think of England and Australia besides India. And South Africa seems to be in great form. New Zealand is always there. And Pakistan is a volatile team, and when they perform well over a period of time, they get to great heights, and they always make great surprises. So I think and Sri Lanka you can't write off because recently they have been. So it's a very well contested World Cup in my view.
In fact, you stayed most of the time in England, and the England team is a revelation in the sense that whether it's a test match, one day or T20, they play very flying cricket nowadays.
I think England is playing some of the most attractive cricket in the world. And Ben Stokes is an outstanding cricketer. He is also quite happy to go for a victory and doesn't mind losing in the quest for winning, which I think is a great attitude. And so he doesn't want a boring draw. And their coach McCallum also was a swashbuckling player. So the combination of these two people have made England a very attractive side.
In fact, you've been the world-class spin bowler, and India, of course, has few bowlers who can want a match for India. But whom you rank number 1 spin bowlers in the world today?
In Test cricket, I would say Nathan Lyon and Ashwin would be the best spin bowlers in the world. And in the other format, there are very few specialist spinners playing, so it's no point in pointing a finger on anybody. But Jadeja is an outstanding cricketer in his own right, and I hope he does well. I hope his bowling improves.
Long back, there was a thinking going in the BCCI also maybe that there should be a spin academy also where you can prepare new spin bowlers for the world.
I'm not so sure about this. I'm not a great believer in too many academies. Because if you look at the great times or the golden era in the world cricket, let alone Indian, when there were a lot of great spin bowlers around. And I don't think they went to an academy. See, the academy itself is playing the games. So what you learn at the playing the games, live games, whether it's a club game, a state game, first class cricket should be played a lot more than it is being played. All the test cricketers should play, this is my opinion. And, Mumbai and other cities have very local leagues which are outstanding. So again, it breeds the spinners how to bowl sides out. And you learn this. This is like how to sell your stock for a businessman. He wants to sell all his stock, whether there is a demand or not. And similarly, the bowler has to learn how he is going to trick the batsman into playing false shots and give him a false sense of security.